Hi everyone, welcome to this universal healing message. Before we begin, I want to show off this sweater that Mindful Dose Now sells on the website www.mindful-dose.com. So check it out. I'm wearing a size medium and I'm 5 feet tall, about 130 pounds. So it's slightly oversized, but it still sits on my waist. And that's just, FYI. So back to the reading, Universal Healing Message. I don't have the pile separated, but I'd like for you to close your eyes for a moment before we begin. If you don't feel like closing your eyes, that's fine. Just relax your gaze. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs with air. And then open your mouth, sigh it all out. Feel free to take an extra breath or two like that, and then let your breath return to a natural, steady rhythm. So I'm going to invite you to just clear your mind from any thoughts of things that you have to do or things that have happened. Just try to be in this present moment. I'm going to count to 3. And on 3, I want you to think of a number between 1 to 3. 1, 2, or 3. So 1, 2, 3. What's the number? That's the reading that you're going to tune into. And in the description, I'll have the timestamps for you to fast forward or keep listening. So I'll start with group 1. Universal Healing Message. So please keep in mind that this is a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, again, you can go on my website and book a personalized full reading there. So keep that in mind as you tune in. Universal Healing Message for group 1. Oh, wow, that's funny. I shuffled this half of the deck backwards. I'm going to do something different and just work with this half of the pile. So group 1, let's check in with where you are right now. Mind, body, soul. Okay. Mind, we have the Knight of Cups. Body, we have 5 of Wands. Soul, we have the 2 of Swords. Okay, so group 1, I feel like mentally you're in the headspace to want to seek healing, however it looks like to you. You're willing to accept all forms of healing. Physically, I think you're still kind of spread out thin, and you're kind of overwhelming your physical body with activities or your diet or your social life habits. And I think that the message here with the 5 of Wands is to try to eliminate some of the things that are not necessary to your physical body right now. Just focus on what you need, not what you want. Spiritually, 2 of Swords. I feel like there's a blockage here. There's something that's not letting you kind of access the source that can give you the answers you need. So let's check in with how we can kind of balance this all out. How can we balance group 1's energy? one came first, and then this one. So I see more of this theme of letting things go, eliminating what you don't need, and just focusing on what you do need. Because in the bigger picture, those kinds of choices that fall under that category will matter down the line. And another way that you can balance yourself is by seeking out help. You're not expected to solve all your problems alone. We are a kind of species that thrives in community. So you should seek out professionals who can contribute to your healing journey, to the process of your healing, because they might be able to give you some insight and wisdom and some direction to help you achieve balance. And so group 1, I think that's your overall message, is to seek out help from others and do the work of elimination and cutting things down to the necessities. And that's physically, like your diet and whatever you consume, physically and mentally, like what you watch, what you're following on social media, and what you consume as far as your rituals and the things that help you keep connected to your faith. So let's see if there's any other message. Okay, it's a beautiful ending. We get the World card, which in the tarot, the World card is the very last card of the major arcana, which is the soul's journey. So right now you are on a very sensitive part of your journey that I think you will understand with time. Excuse me for all the ums. I'm a little rusty, but I think overall this journey of healing is going to lead you somewhere beautiful, and you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, like you've completed something. And when you get there, you'll be at a better place to start something new. So group 1, I'm feeling very positive about your healing journey. I encourage you to ask for help when you need to, and just stay connected to people, because I think that's an important element to your healing journey. Now I'm going to move on to group 2. Group 2, this is a universal message. If you want a personalized message, visit my website, www.mindful-dose.com. All right, universal healing message for group 2. All right, for your mind, we have the Strength card. For your body, we have the Knight of Wands. For your soul, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So group 2, you are very animated these days. There is nothing stopping you from getting up and moving forward with what you want to do and what you want to accomplish. And that's That's incredible. I feel like you're in a good place in your mind and body and soul. Let me see what other information the tarot wants to give me for this healing journey that you're on, because it seems like you're doing pretty great. Okay, we got the Sun, we have Ace of Pentacles, and we have Wheel of Fortune. Sun, Ace of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so I guess the overall message here for group 2 is to maintain this state, set boundaries, use your words when you need to, but I think you'll be mostly relying on your resources of like tangible items. So maybe money. Like I feel like investments are a big thing for the people who've selected group 2. What do I mean by all of that? I'm not exactly too sure. These are just the words that are coming to my mind, but I'm feeling like you're kind of sharp with the pursuit of investing. Keep in mind that some things may be a gamble. So you just kind of want to maintain a clear mind so that you can see anything coming from a mile away, you know? Like stay on guard. That's what like with the Strength card. Sometimes this card can tell us like you need the strength. You need to go through this period of your life that is testing your strength. But when I first pulled the card, the impression that I got was like you're kind of already there. I think the message with this is to maintain that. Try to remember that you need to be sharp and you need to be like ahead of the game in some ways. Be kind and easy to yourself. Remember to have fun. Whatever you're doing, you enjoy it. So, and I'm even looking at this like your attitude about your pursuits will kind of dictate the feeling that your goals will bring. So how am I gonna say this? Like, if you're feeling kind of negative and pessimistic about the outcomes of certain things, then don't be surprised if your experience reflects that. And vice versa. If you kind of have an upbeat attitude towards your pursuits and goals, then you can expect to experience a positive experience. Gosh. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, now we have the Moon. Yeah, I think this is adding on to what I was trying to say earlier, is like try to be on guard so that if something comes out of the blue that you didn't see coming, it doesn't completely knock you off your feet, you know? So just stay sharp, group 2. You worked really hard to get here as part of your healing journey. Now your work is to maintain that and try to elevate higher, not regressing. All right, group 2, that was your reading. Short and sweet, but I hope that gave you some insight. Group 3. Welcome to your reading. If you'd like a personal reading, you can check out my website, www.mindful-dose.com, to book your own reading. This is a universal general reading on healing. I'm going to check in with your mind, body, and soul. We had to work a little hard to get these cards for you, Group 3. So mind, we have 6 of Pentacles. Body, we have 9 of Wands. And the Knight of Cups. For soul, we have Justice. So first thing that comes to my mind right here is that we have the scales in 2 of, well, technically 4 cards, but in 2 of 3 placements we have the scales in the mind card and the soul card. So I feel like your mind and heart, let's go with heart instead of soul, so you kind of have a better understanding of what I'm trying to say. Your mind and your heart are, and again, this is a general reading. It'll be a little slightly different for from person to person who selected Group 3. Between your mind and your heart, there is a direct connection that's very sensitive. So meaning, if your mind is like kind of off track, then so is your heart, and vice versa. And in different ways, because you know the scales. If one goes down, one goes up. The other goes down, one goes up. So it works best if they're both on the same level. Ways that you can level this out is sharing, giving back to your community, being fair-minded, and being clear. Speaking your boundaries is one of my favorite interpretations of the Justice card. Excuse me. The physical body, we have the 9 of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So physically, I feel like there's a lot of energy reserved within. Something tells me like it's a romantic energy that's kind of just being tamed back, but ready to give. So I don't know if a good portion of you, Group 3, are healing your heart romantically, and like if you're coming out of a breakup, or if you're coming out of a single period in your life and you want to transition back into the dating world, or you know, something like that, where you're kind of moving into the next phase of your romantic life. Let's see what else we can pull out of this. Okay. Perfect. 3 cards. We have the Chariot. We have the Emperor. And we have the Moon. So we have 3 major arcanas. And this Group 3, there's a lot going on with you guys. So forgive me if I'm kind of scattered with my words. It seems like there's a good portion of healing journeys that are tuning into Group 3's channel. So give me a moment to look at this. Group 3, I feel like you've gone through so much, where you're kind of a pro in your life skills. and I'm kind of exaggerating, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you've gone through so much that, like, if life throws something new at your way, it's like, all right, where do I begin? You know, like, point me to the right door and I'll get started. So I feel like, let me pull up another card to help me interpret all three of these major arcanas. Okay, I'm going to take that as a no. But to put it simply, I think you can show up to this phase of your healing journey as a person that you need to be in the moment, that you need to be that person. You know, like, you're strong enough and you have so much experience behind you that you know that there are adjustments that need to be made for different reasons and different purposes, and you're quite able to channel whatever you need to be. But there's something about the moon card that I'm not quite understanding, so I'm going to ask the tarot to help me elaborate on the moon. Page of Pentacles. One more card. Ace of Pentacles. So this definitely has something relating to your mind, your mental habits, your thinking patterns, something that contributes to your mind is calling your attention for reflection. It could be your spending habits, or the way you kind of treat money, or the way you see money, how you feel about money, how you feel about saving, how you feel about spending. It could be that you want to change your habits financially, or you want to set up a better future for yourself or for your family or for your loved ones. But I think overall it's about there's a need for reflection here. I'm not sure how to reflect about money. I've never actually done it myself, but what I've listed to you just now, those are good starting points. Just to know, like, you know, to know where you're going, you need to know where you're starting. So just know, like, how am I doing with my spending habits? How am I doing with my saving habits? How am I doing with my income? How am I doing, you know, like, where do you need to start? I'm going to go back to the heart card because, again, I said these were linked, right? The swords in the tarot do represent the mind. So I do feel like there's some, and I'll say it again, there is some need for reflection here when it comes to money. And I'll leave it at that because it's hard to get specific in these readings when they're kind of universal. But group 3, I hope that you can find a way to reflect on that. But otherwise, you, in matters of your daily life, your relationships, and other areas of your life not relating to money, I feel like you can show up. You can show up with courage, with confidence, and maybe even with wisdom. Like, you're kind of set in this time and place in those areas. And I think the area that to focus on is your financial habits. Okay, group 3, that was your reading. If you've made it to the very end, thank you for tuning in. If you'd like a personal reading, you can go to my website at www.mindful-dose.com for more information on your own reading or for other services that I do. I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.